could we now please have the clip from Mr. India? So, as I was just discussing with Dada, that when he played a football coach, football was about motivation, strength, stamina, and often, you know, in the sports films that we see, sport is about that, strength, stamina, motivation. But sometimes, in a cult classic like Mr. India, you know, a game like this football, little football sequence here, it is what makes for some magic moments in a film. And in this film, Mr. India, we will always remember these children. They are like our Sound of Music children. The children are grown up, we don't know where they are, but they will always live on in our memory because of this song. So what I want to, so this is where, you know, this little game kind of thing with the children and the senior actors makes for a magic light moment in the film, a bonding moment. So what I would like to ask Boneyji is, Boneyji, do you remember from the time of the making of the film, anything that you would like to share with our audience, anything that happened while you were shooting this sequence? Was it difficult to shoot with so many children, or were they just playing and it was easy to shoot with the senior actors, the children? Is this on?
Good evening, everybody. Well, you asked me what I remember of this song. I remember vividly all about this film, because this film was a very difficult journey to begin with, because those days the special effects were not very of very good standard out here in India, and originally this film was to be made by GPCP and Ramesipi with Amitabh Bachchan. They gave up on this script only because they felt it was too expensive and they will not be able to afford to do this film. And I had just done 2 films before this, Hum Panch, which was my first film in 1980 as a producer, and Wo Saat Din, where we launched Anil as a male lead in 83. So while I was looking for various subjects, and Javed Saab was one writer whom I was pursuing, he suggested that why not make Mr. India. Initially, this will surprise you all, this film was to be produced by me, Javed Akhtar and Naresh Goyal of Jet Airways. We had a couple of meetings, somehow things didn't materialize, but in those meetings and while we were interacting at that point of time, I heard bits and pieces of the film, and I thought, why shouldn't I make this film with Anil? See, maybe Ramesh Sippy and JPCP had their own reasons why not to make the film, but I thought Anil is an upcoming actor, subject is very good, it is something which the Indian audience has not seen, and I will manage to get the special effects done here in India. And my aim was to do it in camera, nothing to be done in post, because the post-production studios in India were quite outdated. So we collected a team, beginning with director Shekhar Kapoor, who was absolutely raw and new. He had just done, in fact, when I signed him, he had not even released Masoom. And the next film he was to do was Joshile. Unfortunately, he backed out of Joshile midway through, and he was ready to do Mr. India. And we prepared a lot. We had a lot of sittings, and somehow the script, which was not fully ready, I mean, initially the script was written by Salim Javed as a team, And while they parted, this script probably, it came in Javed Saab's lap. Probably he decided to go with this script. And they parted ways, and the journey with Shekhar, with Javed Saab, with the other technicians, Baba, Azmi, I mean, we had a technical crew lined up. We worked out everything. In fact, when the script was handed over to Javed Saab, and the two of them had worked together, they had worked out the characterizations of the hero, the heroine, the kids. The basic plot was there, but the villain was missing. So Mogambo came in after they parted and after we decided to make the film. It took us a lot of mind pricking, exchanging notes. I mean, we traveled from Pune to Bangalore, having sittings in various places to be out of Bombay, where we were constantly having something or the other. Everybody had something or the other lined up. And finally, I think it was in Pune that we came across this villain called Mogambo. It was a mixture of thoughts of Javed Akhtar and Shekhar Kapoor. Satish Kaushik too was there. And that's how, we created this character. Javed Saab, in fact, coined a line there in there itself, Mogambo Khush hua. He said, I will give this as a takya kalam. Like in Sholay, he had Are O Samba. He thought this line would be the catchline, and this probably will remain for a long, long time. Mogambo Khush hua, an expression of satisfaction. So that also was a big plus. I thought it was too exciting, and this line will sell in big way. And it did sell in big way. In fact, till today, people remember Mogambo Khush hua. In fact, whenever Amrish Puri toured, wherever he toured in India or abroad, Mogambo Khush hua was repeated by him, and people used to ask him to repeat this line. Now, coming to this song, this particular song was not basically thought of as a sport in the film. It was the children who were in a playful mood, and obviously football was one game which was easily playable in the kind of compound, in the kind of set that we had created. Cricket couldn't have been played, so football was the only game that the kids could play. And since the female protagonist, the main female star of the film, was anti-children, so this was one sequence which we thought could irritate that tenant of the house, the hero of the film, and we would get some good reactions. And then when we sat with Lakshmikant, we sort of told him that instead of making it into a scene, let's make it into a song. And it was Lakshmiji who said, okay, let's do a song which has, mukhadas of all the songs that he's created in the earlier films. That's how you have chain of various songs from Lakshmikant parallel films, and we began filming it, and filming it was also fun. It was not as a football game, it was just fun. Catching getting the right nuances of Sri, getting the right reactions from Anil, getting the right reactions from the kid, and the complete playfulness came across with a commercial ingredient to the film where we were sure the audience would also enjoy. While we were enjoying, while this was being filmed, we thought the audience also would enjoy, and that's what happened. And that's how the song is there.